Okay, so we're looking at a video on expanding brackets, and we're going to start with some core skills of just multiplying terms. So could you have a go at those 6, and when you're ready, come back. Okay, so we've got 3 times 2 is 6, so the answer will just be 6x. Minus times a plus is a minus. 4 times 2 is 8, and we've got the m. A positive and a positive, so 2 3s is 6. X times x is x squared. Number 4, a negative times a negative is a positive. 5 times 2 is 10, and then we just have the a, so the answer is just 10a. Okay, a positive times a negative is a negative. 3 times 4 is 12. M times n is m squared. And the last one, a negative times a negative is a positive. 5 times 6 is 30, and then we just have the a at the end. So that's the first skill. Let's come across. Okay, so now we've got our next skill is expanding single brackets, and we'll just keep building up through this video to binomials. So I want you to expand the bracket using distributive law. You can use lines, you can use rectangles, whatever method that you've been taught. Okay, so pause the tape, and when you're ready, come back live. Okay, so we're back. So we've got 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 3 equals 6. 2 times positive 3 equals positive 6. X times x is x squared. X times minus 1 is minus 1x, and then you don't have to write down the 1 if you don't want to. 3 times 4 is 12, so 3a times 4 is 12a, got the a there. And a positive times a negative is a negative. 3 times 2 is 6. A times a is a squared. Okay, next one. A negative times a positive is a negative. 2 times a is 2a. A negative times a positive. A negative times a positive is a negative. 2 times 5 is 10, so that's the answer. A negative times a positive is a negative. 3 times 1 is 3, so the answer is 3x. A negative times a negative is a positive. 3 times 2 is 6. X times x is x squared. And the last one. A negative times a negative is a positive. 4 times 2 is 8, and so we've got the x. A negative times a positive is a negative. 4 times 3 is 12, so that's the answer. So when you have the positives there, you don't need to write it. Okay, come across when you're ready. Okay, now we're up to single brackets, but they're a little bit harder because we've got 2 lots of them. So you need to expand that, and then simplify at the end for like terms. So have a go, and when you're ready, come back. Okay, you're back. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 5 times plus x is plus 5x. Plus times plus is plus. 5 times 3 is 15. And then the like terms, 3x and 5x is 8x. Not 8x squared, it's just 8x. And 3 and 5 is 18. So we don't get, when we're adding x's, it just stays as x. It doesn't multiply to x squared. Okay, next one. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. 4 times 2, that's a positive times a positive. 4 times 2 is 8x. A positive times a negative is a negative. 4 times 5 is 20. And the like terms, 2x plus 8x is 10x. Just 10x, not 10x squared. Minus 2 minus 20 is minus 22. So if you're not sure about that, just put on your calculator, but it's like you've got negative 2 degrees Celsius and you then drop another 20, so you have minus 22. Okay, the last one. A negative times a positive is a negative. 3 times 2x is 6x. A negative times a positive is a negative. 3 times 1 is 3. A negative times a positive is a negative. 2 times 5x is 10x. A negative times a negative is a positive. 2 times 4 is 8. And then like terms, minus 6 minus 10 is minus 16x. Minus 3 plus 8 is plus 5. So it's like minus 3 degrees Celsius, and it goes up 8, so it's at 5. Okay, come across when you're ready. Okay, so now we're up to the binomial expansions. You can use FOIL. You can use rectangle method, whatever method you've been taught and you like. So use one of those and have a go. Come back when you're ready. Okay, so I'm going to use FOIL. So we go first, outside, inside, last. First, outside, inside, last. So first, outside, inside, last. So x times x is x squared. X times 5 is 5x. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 5 is 10. And then we've got these like terms in the middle. And that's the answer. Okay. So change colours so you can see. I'm using foil. First, outside, inside, last. Y times y is y squared. Y times 2 is 2y. Negative times a positive is a negative. 7 times y is 7y. A negative times a positive is a negative. 7 times 2 is 14. And then the like terms in the middle. So it's y squared minus 5y minus 14. So plus 2 minus 7 is minus 5. So just use your calculator if you're not sure. 2 minus 7. Okay, last one. I'll change colours so it stands out. First, outside, inside, last. Equals 2a times 6 is 12a. A positive times a negative is a negative. A positive times a negative is a negative. 2 times 3 is 6. A times a is a squared. A negative times a positive is a negative. 5 times 6 is 30. A negative times a negative is a positive. 5 times 3 is 15. And then we've got the a. And then the like terms, 15a and 12a are like terms. So minus 6a squared goes first. 15 plus 12 is 27. And then the minus 30. Okay? So that's it. Move across when you're ready, last page. Okay, so we've just got one harder binomial expansion. So basically what we're going to do is do that sum, then we do that sum, and then we look for like terms. So have a go and come back when you're ready. Okay. F-O-I-L. X times x is x squared. X times minus 1 is minus 1x. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times minus 1 is minus 3. So that's the first bracket. And then there's a minus. And we do the second bracket. F-O-I-L. X times x is x squared. X times minus 2 is minus 2x. Minus 5 times x is minus 5x. Minus times a minus is a plus. 5 times 2 is 10. So that's the bracket. So now we'll look for now we'll simplify actually. So we've got x squared minus 1 plus 3 is plus 2x. Minus 3. Minus sign. Minus 2 minus 5 is minus 7. And plus 10. Now this is where you've got to be careful. X squared minus x squared is nothing. There's no x squared left. 2x minus, so minus and minus is a plus, so it's 2x plus 7x is 9x. I'll go through that again. 2x minus a minus, so we've got minus and minus is a plus, so we end up with 2x plus 7x is 9x. Minus 3 minus 10. Minus 3 minus 10 is minus 7. And that's your final answer. Okay, if you need more practice, find your book. Thanks, bye.